Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. So let's get into it, y'all. What's going on, y'all? This will be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What is going on, y'all? Now, before we get into today's mess, let me let you guys know what we got coming up on today. All right, now. Later on today, we will be doing our review for Married to Medicine at 5 o'clock p.m. Be sure to tune into that, okay? I got the live already set up. I ain't even watched the episode yet, but as soon as I'm done with this video, I will be watching it, so it will be fresh on my mind. So make sure you guys tune in for my live review on Married to Medicine, and then right after mine, go ahead and watch Getting You the Real Teas live review. And then right after that, be sure to tune in to the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be on Really BTV's platform. I already got the link already in the playlist for the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and I already got it saved to the community wall. So make sure you guys tune in. Then on tomorrow, we have Love and Hip Hop Miami reviews, as well as the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reviews. And then on Wednesday, me, T, and Josiah will be coming together for roast and review. So make sure you guys tune into that over on Giving You the Real Teas platform, y'all. So with that being said, y'all, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the mess. And today's mess is really just reality TV stuff. You know, it's involving Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's referring having Real Housewives of Atlanta as well as Basketball Wives. Okay, so we got a couple of reality TV, stars, kind of running amok in the palace at this particular point. So we're gonna talk about them real fast. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Now, the first things first, we're gonna get into Momma Dee and Bambi. Now, Momma Dee is still on the prowl and she's still talking shit, honey. Okay, now she's saying that Bambi has something to do with $15,000 being stolen from Lil Scrappy, and in turn, she said that hoe. That's what Momma Dee said. So we're going to go ahead and get into it now, and then we'll be right back. Let's get into what she had to say, y'all.
Never let nobody say if Momma Dee a liar. Momma Dee, no, I'm telling you. Then he gonna come out with a book like she's bucking the new baby by another bitch. No, she ain't. She fuck that hoe. Fuck the whole shit come out. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. She will be standing there. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Because when you steal 15 grand from my son's money, you never let nobody.
Now, let me tell y'all, I got a whole soft spot for Momma Dee. Y'all do know that. Y'all do know that I love me some Momma Dee, just like I love me some Mama Pam, and sometimes I like Lyrica G. I like Charlene. Like, I like these ratchet ass hip hop mamas for the most part. You feel what I'm saying? So I got a little soft spot for Momma Dee. Don't worry. But at the same point in time, girl, move on with your life and leave Bambi alone. Scrappy and Bambi are no longer together. They're no longer married. They're divorced. Like, move the fuck on. Like, why are you so involved in Scrappy's life with Bambi? If Bambi stole $15,000 from Scrappy, why Scrappy ain't saying nothing about it? And why is he allowing you to run your mouth about it? Didn't he tell you to stop, speaking on his motherfucking business a long damn time ago? Didn't he tell you that? And you still talking? Like, Momma Dee, you need to get you a live, girl. Where Ernest at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where the fuck is Ernest at, and why the fuck he ain't got you on no leash yet? Because you are running amok in your own damn palace, and you need to calm down and worry about your own shit. Because at the end of the day, like, Scrappy ain't no damn body. Let's be real. Okay, Scrappy ain't no damn body, honey. All right, he's not. So you need to stop it. Talk about she stole $15,000. $15,000, and Scrappy was sitting up here struggling to pay his damn child support when it came down to money. So if he got all that damn money, then why the fuck he couldn't pay his child support then, Momma Dee? Like, girl, worry about your own money. When the next time you gonna put out a R&B classic? Because you ain't did that since I Deserve. I'm just trying to understand it. You are focused way too much on Bambi. And my thing is that everybody loves to hate on Bambi, right? everybody loves to hate on Bambi. Everybody love to try to make it seem like Bambi is just nobody, and Erica Dixon is the top draft pick and all this other stuff. But is anybody talking about the fact that Scrappy got a whole nother woman pregnant and it ain't Erica Dixon? Okay, so my thing is we need to be focused on Scrappy's child. Don't you got another grandbaby on the way? Shouldn't you be, making this new baby mama life a living hell instead of worrying about what Bambi got going on? Because I just feel like your beef with Bambi is old at this point. Like, let it go. You coming across real obsessed. Like, I'm just like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, that's what it's giving right about now. Okay. So I just need for you to just settle down, Momma Dee, move the fuck on, and stop worrying about Bambi, because I promise you, Bambi ain't worried about you. She ain't worried about you. Bambi really don't give a fuck about you, to be quite honest, Momma Dee. Like, you're making yourself look real crazy and real obsessed. Move on, okay? Because we all have. Now let's go ahead and get into some Real Housewives stuff, okay? Now we're gonna get into Kenya Moore. Now, Andy Cohen spoke about Miss Kenya Moore. He spoke about her taking accountability for the part that she played in the whole little situation with Brit in the explicit photo. So we're gonna get into what he had to say. And not only did Andy Cohen have something to say about Kenya, but Kenya also has some shade to throw at Porsha and Brit. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into what Andy Cohen had to say, and then we'll get into the shade that she threw at Porsha and Brit, y'all. It looking like Real Housewives of Atlanta finna be the shit for season 16, but I've been trying to tell y'all that, but y'all gonna learn to listen. But let's get into Andy.
Your thoughts on Kenya taking accountability for the photo thing? Thoughts?
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I've talked to her a lot over the last few months, and I was happy to see that. And again, sorry, we're months away from Atlanta premiering, but it's really good. And I think, there was a lot of people were saying, where's Atlanta? What's happening? What's taking so long? What took so long is that we wanted to get it exactly right. And we were really serious about casting. And this season is a very pivotal season for that show. It's a major crossroads for the show. And we wanted to make sure that we were sending it off into the future. And we did.
Okay, so that was Andy Cohen, and he was basically giving his opinion about Kenya taking accountability for what happened between her and Britt Eady at the spa event earlier in the season. And I must say that I was glad to hear his response. And honestly, I am really happy and stoked about season 16 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I honestly am. I know that I feel like when it comes down to The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I feel like people want this show to fail for whatever reason. Oh, I forgot. Because some of their faves are not on there. Now, two of their faves are back on there. Porsha and Phaedra are back, but Nene's not there. And I feel like if Nene ever were to come back, then they would be satisfied. But they're never going to be satisfied until she comes back. And I just hate to break it to them, but she ain't coming back no time soon. If she do come back, I'd be very surprised. But I'm glad that Andy is saying what he's saying as far as this is a pivotal season for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We already know that, since probably around season 13, we've been experiencing a lot of stuff with this show, with the ratings dipping. That's number one. Number two, we've lost a lot of veterans for this cast. And we knew that at some point the formula was getting stale. So now we have to reboot it. We got to bring in some fresh blood, mix it up with the newbies, mix it up with the oldies, and then bring some newbies in there. And then we got a decent cast. And I feel like the reboot that they did for The Real Housewives of Atlanta is the same reboot that they did for Real Housewives of Miami. And that's the same thing that I wanted them to do. I wanted them to do something along the lines of, let's do a Real Housewives of Miami-esque reboot. Keep some oldies, but bring in some fresh blood that really makes sense. We kept Porsha and Kenya. Later on, brought in Phaedra, unfortunately. Later on, brought her in. Then we brought in Shamia. She's not necessarily a newbie, but she's a friend of the show with a peach now. Okay, that's number one. We bring in Britt, we bring in Kelly, we bring in Angela Oakley, and then we got Cynthia to come in as a friend of the show. So I think that made a whole lot of sense. You got a great amount of newbies and a great amount of veterans on this cast. And I felt like Cynthia made the perfect friend of. Cynthia has a great relationship with just about all of the girls on this show. She's really close to Shamia. She's cool with Porsha and Phaedra. She was really good friends with Kenya, so it made a lot of sense for her to be there. And then, the newbies had their own relationships. Kelly and Britt, you know, they were already friends, and then you got Drew, who probably could bring in Angela Oakley, being that, you know, Angela is also from Chicago, just like Drew was. So that made a whole lot of sense to me. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. So and I was also glad to see that Andy also said that Kenya would still be on the season. Everybody was in awe and in shock when we first found out that Kenya was not going to be returning to this show, and that she was suspended from the show or whatever. That's what the word was. But now that we know that they're going to keep her footage in, I felt like that made a whole lot of sense. It would be dumb for them to, you know, remove the footage that everybody been talking about, and everybody gonna be looking forward to that footage. So why not keep it on the show? So they're gonna keep it on there, and then for the first, they say Kenya gonna be on the first half of the show, and then by the second half, that's when they're gonna bring in Phaedra. So it made a lot of sense. It did. It made a lot of sense. But now we're going to go ahead and get into the shade. Okay. Now, Porsha was asked about Britt, the new girl, and she compared Britt to Kenya and called her a baby Kenya. And it seemed like Kenya did not take kindly to that comparison. So we're going to go ahead and get into that part of what Porsha said. And then we're going to get into what Kenya and what Kelly had to say. And then we're going to be continuing on with the stories. Let's get into it, y'all.
So, Porsha, what was it like having Kenya leave the cast? Do you have any insight for us?
You know what? It was very disappointing. The whole situation was super disappointing. It was weird because like I had one opinion when it happened and another opinion by the time I did my confessional. But overall, I just felt like it could have been a little more communication. But between everybody, we were having such a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like we were getting to know each other in a totally different dynamic than you all have ever seen. And I think it's so unfortunate that she wasn't able to finish the rest of the season. But you know, when she left, we had to continue on. And, you know, I got to know Britt a little bit more, and Britt is amazing new cast member on the show. She is fiery. She's all that. Kenya's gonna be mad. A little baby Kenya. Like I'm just saying, like the fabulousness, the fierceness, like say what you want up front, like let's deal with it. I don't know. She's just got that energy already. So, but no, I would have to say I hated to finish the season without her. But you know, then they brought in Phaedra. Yeah. And so I was happy about that. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know.
So after Porsha said that Britt was a baby Kenya, this is what Kenya had to say in response.
Shorten your dress. They would never
to me.
They would never make you walk in a dress
on my
that
level,
much
Nicole.
longer.
You never will be on my.
And let me not forget, in addition to that, Porsha also spoke on Kenya's exit. So let's go ahead and get into what. Did I say Porsha? In addition to that, Phaedra also spoke on Kenya's exit. So we're going to go ahead and get into what Phaedra had to say. And then we're going to come back with my commentary. Let's get into what Phaedra had to say, y'all.
Heard through the grapevine that you're taking care of the fans on Real Housewives of Atlanta because you, honey, said you revived the show.
I did. You know, and when I say that is, I think, you know, it's just the truth. But I say it because people wanted me to come back, and I have definitely not came back. And so when Porsha called me at the beginning of the season, and I was like, I'm committed to Married to Medicine right now, so I can't come back.
Right.
When it made sense to come back, there was a very good, warm welcome. So I think that's what the fans wanted. So now they'll get freaking brackets back, you know?
Are you guys up to no good?
Having
Having so much fun.
Now we are up to no good. Both single and ready to mingle.
Ooh, wait, are we going to see you on the prowl this season?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But, you know, I'm only on 6 episodes. Maybe 5, 6 episodes. So okay. I'm there for a good time. Not a long time.
But a good time.
A good time. And so it's going to be very good.
Look, I need your hot take on this because obviously Kenya departed in the season. What is your take on it?
Well, I don't have a take on it. I mean, I wasn't there. Obviously, I've seen all of the footage and, you know, the pictures. But it sounded very Kenya to me.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Phaedra giving her thoughts and opinions on this whole Kenya exit situation. Now, let me start off with Porsha. Now, Porsha says that Kenya's going to be upset about this, but Britt reminds me of a baby Kenya. And in my opinion, once she said that King is going to be upset about this, she already knew that she was going to be upset when she brought it up. Now, let's be real. She already knew. But then when I was thinking about the whole thing, let's be real. This is a reboot, girl. I felt like they were trying to replace Kenya. And from the sounds of it, Brit sounds like a replacement for Kenya. And when I see Bingeworth, I'm gonna ask him some questions about Brit. I'm definitely gonna ask him because I know I'm gonna see him soon. Since I live here now, I'm gonna see his ass soon. But we're gonna get into that in a second. But yeah, so I already knew that if a Kenya to come back and say, "Don't compare yourself to me," blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, this ain't no good look. They really hate each other. I want to know how we got here. That's what I want to know. I just want to know how the hell did we get here and why are we here? That's what I want to know. But okay, y'all, that's pretty much it. Now let me talk about Phaedra real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the next story, honey. Now, Phaedra to me has a whole lot of nerve to be trying to say, "Oh, it was very Kenya." That was shade. Phaedra, you need to be grateful that you are even here. Number one. Number two, you are only here because Kenya is gone. That's the only reason why you're here. And number two, you're really only here because Candy not here. Let's be honest here. And can I just say something here? Let me just be real with y'all. Phaedra is, I don't understand why y'all like her so much. I really don't know if it's really up to me to really understand it. It ain't for me to understand. So I'm just going to keep it going like this. Phaedra is a liar, and I don't understand what the big hype is about her at all. I'll probably never get it, but she's a damn liar. It's so crazy how she's now trying to shade Married to Medicine now. Because when she was on Married to Medicine, she acted like it was the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, I like this group better than the Housewives. I like this group better. They actually value marriages. But now that you're gone, now you want to say you like Housewives better. But Housewives is just a sinking ship. Just like you tried to say that Chanel Ayan is the most annoying housewife, which in fact she is. Then you want to say, well, the ratings on Dubai were sinking, so blah blah blah. But that's where you wanted to be, though. That's where you wanted to be at first. You were shading the shit out of Housewives of Atlanta, but you thought that you should have been over there in Dubai. But everybody just glosses over that shit. Okay, but anyway, I just had to say that. Now we're gonna move on to y'all favorite basics because they damn sure not mine, and that is Jennifer and Evelyn. Now I think I told y'all not too long ago that they were beefing. Okay, I told y'all a while ago that they were beefing, and it's been plenty of stuff that's been put out there that made me think that they were beefing, but now I know that they're beefing now. Okay, so it all started when Evelyn posted this. Let's get into it.
A true friend is a friend that does not judge, is a friend.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. Is a friend that that's there, is a friend that pushes me to grow, is a friend that's not a yes friend. I do not like yes friends, like yes to everything. Mm-hmm. I like people who set my record straight, tell me this is wrong, what you're doing is not right. I love authentic people who will put me back in place and teach me, who will support me, because I do the same. And I wanted to reciprocate it. The old Sarah never cared about getting it in return. But now this Sarah wants it in return. And I'm not willing to give somebody to water someone's plant while I'm not being watered. So this is true friendship to me. But these people who go like, yeah, everything's okay. Yes to everything. Yes, friends, I cannot be with them because they're not helping me grow.
Heard the audio, and I think this is Sarah from the Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, Evelyn Lozada posted that, and she said, "Never been and never will be a yes friend. Real friends keep it honest, even if it's not what you want to hear." Okay. So after she posted this, then that's when that is when she started having an argument with someone with a commenter, and then the person that responded was basically the auntie of Christian Gold. Okay. One person was a friend. Okay, let's be clear. One person was a friend of Jennifer, and the other person was the aunt of Christian Gold. And if you don't know who Christian Gold is the man, the scammer that Jennifer Williams just married. Now the friend said, well, why don't you tag her? Stop with the subs. Okay. And then that's when the auntie said, because she's foolish, that's why. And then then Evelyn responded with, just tell your fake nephew to pay his victims and that poor woman who is on disability. I'll be in LA waiting for you if you want to pull up. But first of all, Evelyn, you know damn well you are not finna fight nobody. You know you ain't about that life. Why the fuck is you sitting up here trying to pretend like you about it, girl? You cannot fight. Okay. And then that's when Evelyn responded to the friend and said, "Are you commenting from Jen's basement? Bum ass." And then that's when the friend said, "Go get your clothes from Alibaba. They are waiting on your phone call." And then that's when Evelyn said, "I'd rather buy my clothes from Alibaba than flex with labels from Blood Money. Hashtag goofy." Then that's when the auntie said, "Just know that when they print receipts, they always print two. The merchant keeps one in customer boo, and the merchant keeps all of theirs plastic face." And then that's when Evelyn said, "We're shaking in our boots over here." Okay. So yeah, it's pretty clear that there is some undertones of beef going on between Jennifer and Evelyn right about now. And it also ended up with Evelyn making posts on her Instagram story saying, "How about we start holding the men accountable who don't take care of their kids but find money to try to impress other women?" Then she also put on her story, "Let's normalize not dating men who don't take care of their kids." All of them. Okay. So that is what Evelyn had to say. And I'm telling y'all, I told y'all earlier this year that something was going on between Jennifer and Evelyn. And now we see it. Did y'all notice? I told y'all, did y'all notice that none of them folks from the cast was at their wedding? Didn't I tell you that? None of them folks was at their damn wedding. None of them was at their damn wedding. None of them folks from that show was on their wedding. Because at the end of the day, nobody believes in this relationship. And everybody sees Christian for the stalker, well, for the scammer that he motherfucking is, the fake that he is. But I just find it very interesting that Evelyn is commenting on somebody else's relationship. But when Jennifer had thoughts and opinions about Chad, she didn't like that shit. Remember that now. That's the reason why they stopped being friends in the first place, because Jennifer did an interview and she spoke on Chad and Evelyn's relationship and she wasn't really approving of the shit. So Evelyn didn't like that and she felt like she wasn't being a true friend to her. And here you go, over a decade later, doing the same damn thing that you didn't want her to do to you. So I just felt like this: if you are really happy for your friend, then just be happy for your friend. If you know it is what it is. You didn't want nobody telling you about your nigga, so therefore you don't need to be telling nobody about theirs. I'm just being honest. Now, if this was a different situation, I really would not mind Evelyn saying nothing to that girl about this whole situation with Christian, because we all know that he a scammer. He just gave me scammer vibes before it was even revealed that he really was one, just being honest. But at the same point in time, to me, it's like, Evelyn, girl, sit your ass down. For real though, sit your ass down, shut the hell up, because you are not in anybody. You don't have no leg room to be talking about nobody and they men. Look at all the folks that you've been fucking around with and been with. You know what I mean? But if Jennifer don't want to fuck with Evelyn no more, then that's her right. I mean, it is what it is. But Jennifer, keep the same energy though, because again, just like, I think both Evelyn and Jennifer need to keep the same motherfucking energy, if you ask me. Because the fact that Evelyn is even speaking on this shit and talking about being a real friend, that's the same thing that Jennifer did for you back in 2011 when she spoke on you and Chad, and she felt like Chad wasn't the one for you. And then months later, he done headbutted your ass, and now you got a scar for life. If you would have listened to her, you probably wouldn't have been in that predicament that you're in now. And look at the way you acted when she told you about that man. You cut her off, and y'all was never the same from that point on. Now here go Jennifer marrying somebody that we all see ain't about shit. She know the type of record he got. She know that he was in court and all this other stuff and had restitution and all that stuff, and she still marries him. And your friend Evelyn sees him for the scammer that he really is, and she's trying to warn you about him, and you don't want to hear it. So now you pushing Evelyn away the same way she pushed you away when you try to warn her about her man. So yeah, neither one of y'all need to be friends. This fake ass friendship that y'all got going on, this shit been over with. Sometimes y'all just gotta learn to let friendships be over with. Sometimes it's okay to not be friends with certain people no more. That's a lesson that I had to fucking learn, especially last year. That's a lesson that I had to learn. As much as you love somebody, as much as you would love to be cool with them and be friends with them and just keep it pushing and just grow old together as friends, sometimes the friendship has expired. Sometimes it's sour now. It's just like milk. Like milk is going to die at some point. It's going to expire at some point. And once you get a whiff of that stench of the friendship ending, you got to let it in. You got to let it in. And this is one of those situations where you got to let it in. So Jennifer and Evelyn, stop trying to be friends. Y'all not friends for real. We're going to head to the last story of the day, and that is Miss Drew Sidora and Miss Porsha Williams, honey. Now, I told y'all while Real Housewives of Atlanta was filming, before I even moved here, I told you guys that these two got some major beef going on this season. And it ain't just Porsha and Drew, it's Porsha and Shamia too, but you ain't heard that from me. But these two got some beef going on, honey. They got some beef going on, and it's apparent at this point. I done heard a lot of stories about Porsha and Drew arguing on set on this damn season. They've been going at it all season from what I was told in the streets of Atlanta. Okay. Just saying. However, we're gonna go ahead and get into it now. This was at Bravo Fan Fest, and this is where Porsha shaded Drew, and Drew responded to the shade. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it.
One member of your respective cast who's most in need of letting her guard down and unfiltering herself.
Oh.
And you got to say why.
Oh. Am I first? I think we should go that way.
No, you're already on the mic.
It's me. Oh,
it's
damn.
you.
Okay. Who's the most? Who needs to be unfiltered?
Yeah.
To me, let me define. To me, unfiltered is like living in your truth, who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your authentic self, where you show up everywhere you go. I would say Drew Sidora. And I would love that for her, just because I think it's easier because you can remember what you say. Sometimes if you say something and it's filtered with something else, you can't remember it.
Filtered with what, Porsha?
You know, lies.
One member of your respective cast who's most in need of letting her guard.
Okay. Oh my God. For me, if you have a peach, everybody is the main character. And when you are not honest or just really letting the cameras in, meanwhile, I'm over here split wide open, wig off, everything. It's like, damn, give me some of her check. You know what I mean? If she's not going to do her job.
That. Give me some of your check.
Give me some of your check.
So that was clearly about Drew. Now we're going to get into what she said about another newbie, and that other newbie actually responded to what she said. So let's get into that too.
One of the newbies came in hot, you know, trying to make that moment or whatever. Yeah. Coming up with the buzzwords and this, that. We all know the headlines. I've been trending for 3 years straight. So, I mean, it ain't really nothing to me. You just a commenter and a troll come to life. And, I can block and delete you in real life, too. So, they were hard. A couple of them was a little tough at first. But, I'm that type of bitch at this point. I look in your face and be like, really? Like, really? That's what we're going to do? You know what I mean?
Alrighty then. So I'm gonna come off this thing in just a second, child. So that was the first thing. Okay. So then Drew Sidora went on to share this post. Now, shout out to the RHOA Talk. If you follow them, let them know that I've been sharing their stuff. I love them. I've been following them for over a year now. So shout out to RHOA Talk. And Drew Sidora shared this post. This is coming from a Kenya Moore fan page. And it said, F you, Ralph Pittman, disrespecting Queen Drew Sidora by liking a comment that Porsha made that was disrespectful towards Drew. You are a coward. So after sharing that other post, Drew Sidora also came out and she said, hello, pot, I'm Kettle. Didn't you leave on a lie and return to creating lies because someone couldn't talk about someone? Okay. So yes, honey, that was Drew. And she pretty much was putting Porsha in her motherfucking place. Okay. Also, this is Kelly for real. Now, we do know that Porsha also said in that comment that there was a newbie that came in hot and wanted to create a moment. So Kelly came back with the message after Porsha called her a little elf during an interview at Bravo Fest. Who is Kelly said, I'm not coming off the top shelf just because you can't reach it. Your favorite elf on the shelf. Hashtag top elf, hashtag RHOA, hashtag shady elf, hashtag cooking with Kelly, hashtag sweet 16. Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of that, y'all. Now, first of all, I've been telling you guys that season 16 might be good. And it may be one of the best seasons we've seen since probably season 12. That was the last decent season that we had. So I am thinking that this is probably going to be one of the best seasons with all this stuff going on. First of all, Porsha has a lot of nerve to be talking about somebody is not authentic and is a liar, because we all know that she's one. Okay, we all know that she's the queen of making up shit because she can't read. We already know that she's the queen of saying that somebody tried to somebody. Whenever somebody speaks truth on her, she just throws out certain things. Because remember, she said, if you say something about me, I'm going to say something about you. So basically, you're implying that you're going to tell a lie, even if you know it ain't true. Okay, Porsha. All right. So we already see what you got going on. And I'm just going to be real with y'all. I have been saying ever since, even before this season was coming about, I said that the only person that came from the past that they should bring back is Porsha. Although I'm not a fan, I don't like Porsha like that, I'm still going to say she should come back. And I even said that I was going to open up this season on a clean slate with the muff, because she's been gone for 3 years now. So why not start off with a clean slate? But based off of what I have heard, honey, I'm Team Drew. I'm just going to be honest. I'm Team Drew, and I'm tired of everybody always coming for Drew all the time. People be coming for Drew really for no reason. Sonya came at Drew for no damn reason. I felt like Kenya came at Drew for no damn reason. LaToya came for Drew for no fucking reason. A lot of them folks came for Drew for no damn reason. I felt like now Drew did kind of start that shit with Sheree. She did kind of start that shit with Sheree. But other than that, for the most part, they all try to come for Drew for no reason. Fatum didn't even know Drew, came at her for no reason. Like, they all come at Drew for nothing. So I just feel like I'm here for Drew, and I want to see what it's going to give. And Kelly, I just feel like Porsha just met her match this time around. And I don't think she liked that. A lot of these girls don't like to meet their match, honey, but it is what it is. You're just going to have to deal with it and move on, child. So I am here for Sweet 16. I'm ready for Sweet 16. So yes, get into it, honey. Get into it, okay? But that's all I really got for this, y'all. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, it's been a long time since I really just been giving y'all like multiple topic, you know, yes for the mess as a premiere video. It's been a while since I've done that. But you know, we're slowly but surely trying to get this page back on up, you know. So we doing what we got to do. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I'm gonna leave you guys with the music video for Dublavaee featuring Bando and Carl, the MSD remix. And yours truly is in the video. So if you want to see that video, if you want to support Bando and Carl, please go ahead and click on that link at the bottom of the video, because the link to the video will be at the bottom in the description box. I'm gonna leave you guys with the clip of that video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Leave the money on the dresser, deep throat, use a lot of spit, make it messy. Slap it across your face, pull it out, put it back in. They call you gooseneck, cause she can make her throat big. Lockjaw, baby, gon' lax your muscles. You bought your best friend, shit, shorty, what you up to? Take one for the team and support your best friend. Show me how you eat that dick up on your knees with no hands. In your mouth like a motherfucking dentist. Dick move in like a motherfucking tenant. I get that bread, get that head, then I dash. I get my nut, then get back to the bag. And double back, hell nah, you ain't finished. Wanna feel the back to your throat, let me in it. Choke up on this dick, bitch, who you coughing at? Doobie, 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 come and get this Scooby snack.
Might suck dick,